Today, we're unpacking 7 of the most sneaky, stress-triggering, soul-draining mistakes and how to gently turn them around. This is your invitation to stop second-guessing your body and then start aligning with what actually needs to welcome life.
Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I'm so happy you're here with us. My name is Ariana. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered. Welcome back to Fertility and Wholeness with Ariana. I'm your host, Ariana, a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach, and a woman who deeply believes that knowledge is a form of power, especially when trying to create a new life. Today's episode is one I get asked about all the time. We're diving into things not to do if you want to get pregnant. So, whether you have just started trying or you have been in this journey for a while, this episode will offer clarity, encouragement, and some honest truth without fear, without fluff, just what every woman deserves to know. So let's get right at it. Trying to conceive can be exciting, but also overwhelming. And in the age of Google and endless advice from strangers online, it is easy to feel confused. So today, we'll get the really clear on what to avoid, not to scare you, but to empower you with alternatives. Because this isn't just about avoiding bad habits, it's about supporting your whole self, body, mind, and soul on the path to motherhood. Let's begin with the obvious ones, and then we'll go deeper into the lesser known ones that many women overlook. So, the obvious no's when you're trying to conceive. Number 1, let's start here. Medical professionals across the board agree. When you're trying to conceive, limit or avoid alcohol entirely. Even small amounts can disrupt hormone balance and affect implantation. And if you're successful but don't know it yet, alcohol in early pregnancy can cause complications. So what's the alternative? Opt for mocktails, herbal teas, or sparkling water with fruit. Make it fun. Rituals matters in this season. Number 2, tobacco. Even secondhand smoke, both active and passive smoking, can decrease fertility in both men and women. Nicotine affects egg quality, sperm health, and increases miscarriage risk. So what's the alternative? If you and your partner smoke, consider this powerful motivator to quit. Your health now and for your baby's future. Number 3, drugs, included weed. This one might surprise some of you, especially since marijuana is now legal in many states. Illegal doesn't mean harmless. Let's talk about cannabis. In women, weed can interfere with ovulation and disrupt the delicate hormone balance needed for conception. In men, THC lowers the sperm count, motility, and can alter sperm morphology. Chronic use is linked to delayed conception and lower success in assisted reproductive treatments, even when everything else seems normal. So what's the alternative? Let's look into natural stress-reducing tools. breathwork, counseling, journaling, and naps. Yes, naps are also medicine. Number 4, caffeine in all forms. Most of us think coffee, but caffeine hides in tea, soda, energy drinks, pre workouts, kombucha, and even dark chocolate. Too much caffeine can interfere with ovulation, hormonal balance, and increase miscarriage risk. The guideline is keep caffeine below 200 milligrams a day. That's about 1 cup of coffee or 2 small teas. For some, even that can be too much. So, what's the alternative? Swap and rooibos tea, cold milk, or warm lemon water. Nourishing and soothing. Number 5, excessive exercise. Yes, movement is medicine, but too much can hurt your chances. High intensity workouts like CrossFit, marathon training, or heavy lifting can lower progesterone and stop ovulation, especially if you're underweight or not eating enough to support the output. A red flag to look for is no period, low libido, constant fatigue. That's your body asking for rest. The alternative is prioritize restorative movement, Pilates, barre, gentle weight training, walks, or fertility yoga. Number 6, toxins. This can hide in plain sight. Everyday exposure to pesticides, plastic, synthetic fragrances, heavy metals, and solvents can affect egg and sperm quality. So, what you need to watch for is non organic products, especially the dirty dozen, conventional cleaning products, plastic marks number 3, number 6, or number 7, air fresheners, scented candles, or synthetic perfumes. What is the alternative for this? What can you swap for? Choose glass over plastic. Eat organic when possible. And use EWG verified skincare and cleaners. Let your home breathe. Open the windows daily. Number 7, weight fluctuation. Too much or too little weight can disrupt ovulation and hormone balance. If you are underweight, your body may go into preservation mode and shut down reproductive function. If you're overweight, maybe look into Mediterranean diet, rich in good fats, leafy drinks, lean protein, and whole grains. It's sustainable and fertility-friendly choice. Number 8, delay in family planning. Age matters. We need to talk about this with compassion and clarity. Here is a general recommendation. Under 35, 12 months before seeking help. 35 to 40, seek help after 6 months. And over 30, give it 3 months. Knowledge is proactive care. Now let's go deeper. The not so obvious no's. These aren't biology, but they're about lifestyle, mindset, two things we must integrate if we want wholeness. Number 1, neglecting your marriage. Trying to get pregnant can easily turn into project or pressure-filled process and connection suffers. I have worked with many couples who felt like roommates by the time they have reached their fertility goal. Others split under pressure. Now this is time for a real story. One woman told me, we forgot how to laugh together. Everything became appointments, results, and disappointments. The invitation here, I want to invite you to protect your connection. Make time for non-fertility conversations. Be intimate for pleasure, not just timing. Number 2, ignoring financial stress. Let's be honest, fertility care can be expensive, and unspoken stress about money can show up in your body as tension, inflammation, and mental fatigue. Here's the alternative. Make a financial plan before pursuing interventions. Consider restorative options like NAPRO technology that are often more affordable and respectful of your values. Number 3, overscheduling or good stress. You love your job, you love your goals, your body doesn't know the difference between excitement and exhaustion. True story here. I once worked with a woman launching her dream business. She only slept 4 hours a night and didn't understand why her cycle became irregular. This is a quick reminder. Intentional doesn't mean depleting. Fertility thrives in margin, rest, and presence. Now let's keep going because fertility isn't just about biology, it's about the human experience, relationships, identity, boundaries, and mindset. These next one may not show up in medical textbooks, but I have seen them affect fertility and emotional well-being just as much. First one, isolating yourself, especially in friendships. One of the hidden losses in the fertility journey is often friendships. I've heard so many women who say, I stopped going to baby showers because they were too painful. My friends don't get it. They're on their second or third baby, and I felt so behind. I just didn't want to answer the same question. So, when are you having kids? It is so common to pull back from social circles to protect yourselves from awkwardness, judgment, or pain. But isolation, they might feel safe in the short term, it can increase anxiety and depression. So, here is a quick reminder you need friends that you can be open with, friends who can sit in the messy middle with you. And that might mean forming new friendships during this season, ones rooted in empathy and connection, not just share milestones. Also, don't pull all emotional weight on your partner. They're vital, yes, but we need more than one emotional outlet. Here is the next one: letting fertility become your identity. This one is so tender, and I say this with love. You're not your infertility. It is easy fertility to become a full-time identity. You're tracking cycles, managing appointments, reading everything, checking signs, and over time, it starts to feel like it's all you are. But you're still the woman who loves to dance in the kitchen, writes poetry, hikes trails, creates, nurtures, and dreams. Don't let the waiting rob you from who you are. Here's a true story. I've seen women get pregnant and feel lost because their entire identity was wrapped in the trying. They graduated from their support group but didn't know who they were outside of the struggle. So stay connected to your joy. Don't wait for the two lines on a test to allow yourself to live. The next one is a very interesting one: overgiving as a substitute for purpose. This is an uncommon, powerful one. Many women who don't have children yet fall into the trap of overextending themselves at work, their families, and their communities because they feel like they have to justify their time or worth. I don't have kids, so I should be the one to help. Or my family needs me and I can't say no. What else am I doing? I should stay late. I don't have to pick up anyone from daycare. But the truth is, you don't need to overgive to prove your value. And you can have boundaries even without a baby in your arms. My invitation here is to define your contribution based on your capacity, not on what others expect of you. And it's a time to nourish your body, soul, and spirit. Not selfish. It's strategic. Now, this is an interesting one because it's controversial. Believing the finances are the only thing holding you back. This one hits home for so many. I know fertility can be expensive. Treatments like IVF can feel out of reach, not covered by insurance, or feel like a financial mountains. But here's what I want to tell you. Money is not the only tool. There is so much you can do to support your fertility that costs little to nothing. Tracking your cycle with precision, getting to know your body, and working with restorative medical approaches like nanotechnology, which can be often covered or more affordable. Supporting your mindset, nutrition, sleep, and relationships, all which play a powerful role. So here's my little tip. You're not powerless, and let's shift from scarcity to strategy. You don't need to do everything, just do the next right thing. Please don't ignore the need to take a break. Sometimes the healthiest things you can do is to pause. I have worked with women who say, I need a break, but I'm scared to stop. Let me reassure you, you can take a break strategically and still honor your fertility. Rest is not giving up, it's recovery. And here's a relationship reminder. Don't lose your marriage in the process. Trying to conceive can turn intimacy into a calendar. A relationship is more important than timing. Your marriage is not on pause, and you're not only worthy if you create a life. Your life together is meaningful now. I have heard women say, maybe he deserves someone who can give him children. Men have said the same. But fertility challenges do not make you less of a man or a woman. Your family too is not incomplete. It's sacred. And as someone with a big family, I remind myself often, at the end, my husband is the one who's staying by my side. Kids will enrich your story, yes, but they're not the only chapter. Your spiritual health matters too. Whether you're a person of faith or just exploring spirituality, this season tests your soul. I'll speak especially to my fellow Christians here. It is easy to start thinking, why will God give me this desire? And then we hold it. Did he forget me? Why them and not me? I pray so much. Am I being punished? These are not faithless questions. These are human ones. And you're not alone. The Bible is full of women who struggle with fertility: Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Hannah, Elizabeth. Reading their stories gave me so much comfort during my own losses. It reminded me even holy women felt angry, confused, and tired of waiting in line. If you are in a spiritual desolation right now, I urge you to reach out to a spiritual director or a pastor. Pray honestly. God can handle your rawest prayers. Meditate. Surround yourself with the spiritual friendships that nourish your soul. Fertility is a spiritual battle too, and you're not being punished. You're not forgotten. You're in a refining fire, but there is meaning in here too. And here's why you might still wonder, depending on where you are in your journey. If you're at the beginning of this, just starting to try to conceive, maybe you have not realized how much could affect your fertility. This is what you can do right now. If you are brand new, here's 3 foundational things to start to focus on this month. Start charting your cycle with the fertility awareness method and a schedule labs or wellness checkup for you and your partner. And begin by replacing toxins in your daily routine. Start with your food and plastics. Clarity in this journey isn't about fixing yourself, but learning your body's language. For the woman in the middle, those who've been trying for 6 to 12 months are actively trying but not panicking. You might be thinking, I've been doing all the right things and it's still nothing. Is there something wrong with me? I want to offer reassurance about how long conception can take without minimizing your pain. You can do everything right and still not get pregnant immediately. That doesn't mean your body's broken, and it means that there is more to learn. And the good news, I invite you to explore this. Take a look at unmanaged stress. Is your partner being evaluated too? Have you had an individualized assessment or are just following general advice? For the women who have tried everything, diet changes, detoxing, supplements, prayer, therapies, time sex, and you still empty arm, and maybe you have said things like, I can't keep doing this. My heart cannot take another cycle of disappointment. I don't even know who I am anymore. I want you to know I hear you. You're grieving, and that grief deserves care. If you're in this season, I want you to consider this. Maybe a 3-month soul reset. Not giving up, just creating a space to breathe again and rediscover who you are apart from disappointments and protocols. And here is what I want to end with. Today, we have talked about what not to do, but what I hope you walk away with this is permission. Permission to rest, permission to protect your peace, permission to be loved as you are. This journey is shaping you, but it does not define you, and you're not behind, and you're not forgotten. If this episode stirs something in you, here's what you can do. Book a session with me, link in the comments. Whether it's learning to chart, planning your next step, or designing a healing pause, I'm here to help. Or join me on TikTok for a 28-day hormonal reset series. Every day, I'll walk you through one small shift that can support your cycle, your energy, and your fertility. Just search in the comment my handle and follow along. And if you feel less alone after listening, share this episode with a friend. That simple act could be someone else's turning point. With love and strength, Anna.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Betsy's, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.